Hey, welcome back to the Traveling Man and Heirloom Lessons. I thought this might be a fun little video to make. And then I got to thinking, well, why just pigeonhole this and try and cover such a special piece of equipment in a single 5-minute video, because we all know nobody has the staying power to watch these all the way through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna shoot a couple of little videos. I haven't ran this thing in I don't know, couple of years for sure, but I have every confidence that this thing will run. It always has. This is a 1940 Harley Davidson Speedway, and it has been on the Bonneville Salt Flats. It did do a time trial. Just a really fun, quirky, complicated, yet archaically simple piece of equipment. This is my pride and joy. I figured I would keep it at least until it's 100 years old, and at that point, well, maybe it might be time to pass the baton. However, this thing hasn't started in, like I said, in a couple of years. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to check spokes, I'm going to, and I'll kind of shoot some videos along the way and make a little progress, but then we'll actually fire it up and run it down the road, because I used to ride it twice a year, and then it was like once a year, and now it's probably been a couple of years. So it'll be a blast. It's really going to be interesting, and it's such a lost art, because to operate this bike, I mean, you can leave this bike anywhere. There's no key to it. It's, you ground it out to shut it off, and yet nobody, or I shouldn't say nobody, there are very few people in today's world that could, take this out and steal it. I mean, they can pick it up and carry it away, but not too many people are going to ride this bike. This was a bike from the war, so at one point it did have a Servy car on it. So this bike does have reverse. It's got a tank shifter. It's got a rocker clutch on the left foot, and a throttle. No front brake. It's got a rear brake, and just a really interesting thing for me. I enjoy it so much. For me, some people hang art on the wall, and for me, I love looking at this, and the fact that I can fire it up every now and again is just incredible. So I hope that you will stay tuned and that you will follow along as we kind of get this thing back on the road. It is registered, it is insured, it always has been. Sat in my living room for years in several different homes, and I can't believe my wife never, she always said, that's what you love, park it in the foyer. And so we kind of purchased homes, then we made sure that this would fit in the front room. And now that we finally moved to a home that we're going to be at for a while, oddly enough, I have it in, I have several bikes, so I leave it out in the garage. There's a motorcycle garage in this house. Yeah, it's just, I love to look at this, and I get giddy at the idea of even getting this thing on the road. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you'll follow along, and we'll drain the fuel and we'll figure this out, get it on the road. Thanks for tuning in.